talk about what made you decide this particular, I said, let's do a mural and said, figure out something. But what kind of made you think about a gallery idea?
So what I had thought about that was, basically, given our setting, it kind of worked perfectly. And not only that, but the gallery works with the fact that we were in the gallery that we have, but also bringing the community together and having their artwork being displayed almost professionally. So it brings more light to those, because the reason we did it was to kind of show these hidden talents that everyone in the building had.
Yes.
And not only that, but bring them to light and put them on display. So instead of just hanging them all up on the wall, it looks like they're actually hanging in a real gallery.
Right. And it was nice to have a collaborative effort with that community, of designers, and to bring them in and to also create the illusion of depth and space and, all that. When I think with that space that was there, it just enhanced it a little more too. So it was fun doing that type of mural.
And it fit right in with the scenery. I mean, you've got art all over the walls everywhere. We've got art everywhere in the gallery. And then now we have a mural of art that people throughout IMS have painted on the wall. It just kind of fits perfectly.
Yes. Yeah.
So had either of you done a mural before?
No. I was gonna say I've worked large scale, but nothing quite that large. Yeah.
I've done a couple of them, but they weren't commercial. It was more in a house, maybe dealing with like a different type of angled wall to just kind of make it more for to work well with, like, whether it was this one that I'm talking about was in the kitchen. So and it was a very crazy shaped wall, but not as big as this one. And so I've done that, and one other one, but not in that scale. No.
And especially not with so much intricacy.
Yeah.
Yes. What was the most challenging part about that?
I think the planning, because once we had our planning down, the execution went a lot smoother than I think either of us thought it would. We had, just thinking about how do we do this, how do we do that, and bringing back to like the tools we used, just the chalk line and using the tape, and even using the video as reference to see, what it looks like from really far away, what our eyes might not be able to see. It made it a lot easier to execute for sure.
And we were working with some simplistic angles too. I mean, which made it very nice.
No, we have this all planned out. Really, it's going to be good.
I think planning was definitely the biggest part of making it not difficult throughout the actual process. So we didn't, I mean, I don't remember us really making any mistakes. I mean, it's all on video. I didn't have to edit anything out. So so it made it really nice.
Yes.
I've always thought that if I paint over this, it's going to shrink the showroom, because you have this big visual of like, look how far back it goes. Doesn't that look like it goes forever? So it's just like, oh, funny. That's what I thought. Oh, I can't paint this over. This isn't going to work. So what made you think about videoing the process, Kelsey? Because that wasn't our idea right from the, initially.
I thought it was, I mean, one of our main focuses at the time was, being able to share more on social media, and especially with it being a collaborative effort throughout the building, we wanted to be able to share it with people and like document the experience in some way. And then, at the time, time-lapse murals were, I was watching them a lot. So I thought, well, why not time-lapse it? And then realistically, the only reason it was posted on YouTube is because that was the only platform that would hold a video that large. And we just wanted to post it on Facebook, share with the IMS. And then one thing leads
went
to
from-
another,
yeah.
and then there it goes. But yeah,
Yes.
I thought, why not record it? Because pictures can only do so much. And the event was, you know, it was only about an hour.
Yeah.
If you listen to the video, it's only
Yeah.
about a 30-second segment. And so just to be able to get all of that without also having someone just running around with a video
Right.
Mhm.
and it
Yeah.
just I think more than I realized before I thought of the idea, it just showed how crazy it was to see a blank white wall turn into something that, no, like when I show the video to people, they're like, wait, what? Like how
Yeah.
how did that turn? They're like at the beginning, like, I don't
Yes.
see it, I don't see it, I don't see it. Oh my gosh, now I see it. This is
Yeah.
crazy. And so it was interesting how it was really just to document the process, but now it's kind of more like emphasizing the transition that perspective drawings can really do to your
Yes.
mind. It's crazy how that happens.
It is. I've had people who watch the video and initially they think, oh, it's a train that we're doing. It's like, what?
Well,
And then afterwards they see as it progresses, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I get it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
isn't that funny?
Yeah.
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 Well, because in the beginning, it doesn't,
Yeah.
you don't really know exactly what's happening.
No.
You
no.
know, so you see things coming on and you go, what are we
Yeah.
doing? Where is this going?
Yeah.
And I remember, even though I knew what you were going to paint, it was
Mhm.
like, huh, I wonder how that's going to really turn out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can
Yep.
have an idea,
Oh
and
yeah.
you start
Yes.
executing it, and it doesn't
Yep.
mean that it's going to actually work perfectly.
No.
So, yeah.
And like
And
we
I
both
think what,
mentioned, it's not like we've done that before. I haven't done
right.
a perspective drawing that large, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
And then what brought it all together was, you know, all, you know, and you see in the video, all the different designers coming down and doing their part in it, which brought it all together and made the event even more fun.
Mhm.
And, you
Yeah,
know,
that
because
was
it was a
I
collaborative
was,
effort.
truthfully, since all of them said I can't paint, and we said, yes,
Yes.
you can.
Mhm. I mean, we're talking like architects, like
Yes.
sure designer,
One guy was a
Yep.
construction manager, and
a
then,
Yes.
florist, you know, anybody. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
There's still that creativity. It's just,
yeah,
Mhm.
and it turned out
That
so
inner
good.
creativeness.
Mhm.
And that was nice to bring that inner creativeness out of them and let, you know, everybody
And
see it.
give them that time to shine, you know?
Yes, yes. And they had
And-
fun.
Yeah, and that they had fun and gave
Yes.
them permission to be creative in a way
Yep.
that they're not comfortable with.
Yep.
Mhm.
Just say, did we even tell them we were videoing it? I don't really remember.
Yeah, the camera was right
But
there.
yeah, it was right there. So
I mean, I definitely don't think they knew that
no.
2 million people would see it, but
Oh,
Right.
no.
Just like and I worried, I mean, what went through your mind when you saw the numbers of what was happening to
I
them?
mean,
Oh,
first of all, it was like a year later, so I was just
yes.
like, where did that come from? And
Yeah.
it's just like, because I mean, our interaction on Facebook was pretty typical, like just a normal amount of local people liking, you know, that kind of thing. And then you go on it was just like there are no words. You're just like, wait, what? Like how?
And it was nice that, you know, there was interaction, you know, with it.
Mhm.
There were comments, there
Yep.
were, whether they're good or bad,
Mhm.
which there was very few bad I saw, but I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the huge part is when you can get that interaction, then you know that it's an actual count, that it's actually happening where people are watching it. And that's cool.
Yeah, and then it was really touching people's interest. I mean, I thought the
Yes.
only bad one I thought we got was like, why aren't you posting every day? And I'm like, because we have jobs.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we have other things
Yeah.
to do too. So, okay.
yeah,
I think the most surprising part was when we finally figured it out. Obviously, I went to the analytics of the video and realized that it was, like I said, I told you guys, it was mostly popular in Indonesia. So it was like worldwide. It wasn't just
Yeah.
being spread throughout the United States. It was everyone around the world was watching it, majority people being not in America. And I thought that was the most
Wasn't that
fascinating
interesting?
part.
that
Yeah.
was,
Yeah,
there were,
unexpected.
yeah, there were some comments that were in a total different language. I
Yeah,
mean, one of them looked Russian, and it's like, oh, this is like so great, you
it's
know?
so cool.
Yeah.
And don't you wonder who was that little group of people that got it
Mhm.
started that said, oh, you need to, and it just, I mean, it
Yeah.
mushroomed exponentially beyond
Yeah.
all the streams.
That's
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
where algorithms go beyond our thought
Yeah.
process. They do
Yes.
something, and then I bet it was just one day, and then everyone's
Yeah.
page just said, watch this.
Yep.
It's
You know,
just,
I'm reading a book. It's really interesting about it's the 7 reasons that things catch on. And
Mhm.
they have found that actually the internet is not the best source, that word of mouth is your best way of getting things to catch on. And that their average amount of views on YouTube is 500 people. And it's 0.3% of videos that get seen by over 1 million. 0.3%.
Oh my goodness.
And think of how many
That's
you guys got.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
That
this
is.
little group in
Mhm.
Minnesota, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and
It's just,
so it must have just been the right thing at the right
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
well, and that's exactly it, because it didn't happen right away. It
Mm-mm.
wasn't right away, and so it was just whenever it happened, it just kind
Yeah.
of grew wings and kind of flew with it. It didn't really,
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
because
Yeah. That is.
when I moved here, a year ago, year and a half, people, I was showing people, and we were at 1.2 million then, and it's already gone up 500,000 in like a year. And so it's not like
Who are these people?
it's still,
I know. I
it's so
know.
bizarre.
I just go, who are you? Why are you
Yeah.
still seeing us?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
Yeah,
If I
I
would
Yes,
have
it
known in
is.
retrospect, I would have done a few things differently with the video, maybe made the music go all the way to the end, or I
if
watched
we'd known,
it
we
and
had
I'm
to
like,
be
2 million
professional.
people have seen this.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah, isn't that true? I mean,
yeah.
that's one of the things that I also think is interesting is if we had planned it, if
No,
we had thought about it, it would have
Yeah.
never happened.
No.
Do you think?
no.
I think that's what makes it so interesting. It's, maybe because it wasn't, I mean, planned to like Kelsey, you said, well, I would have done this. I would have, it's like great how it is because
It was
it's
authentic.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Very planned, but spontaneous. We
Yes.
had both of those
Yes.
elements, planned in how we did it, and then spontaneous by inviting designers to paint a painting on our
Yes.
imaginary canvases.
Yes. Absolutely.
So if you had to say anything else about the experience, about what stood out in your mind other than us going wild, is there anything else?
I don't know. I would just say that, I don't know. I can't believe that it happened, first of all. So it's like, when you think about it, you're just like, it's such a cool experience to say that you've done that and you were a part of it, and not
Mhm.
only part of it, but we're all like the creators of it. So
Yeah.
it just makes it feel really special.
Yeah.
What I think
Does.
too is that it was a collaborative process.
Yeah.
And we worked so well together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In saying, of course, my job was to say, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. But, that whole thing where
Yeah.
I always think it's really interesting when you get a collaboration that really works well together, because it's not as easy as it seems. And it's not as
Right.
predictable as it seems. And it's not like you can say, oh, if I pick this person, and this person, it's all going to be perfect. And
Yeah.
Well, and you don't watch that video and know that that was about a week of work that we had done.
Mhm.
It didn't
Yeah.
happen in 4 minutes. We did all that prep work. That was, 3 to 4 days, and then the event, and then, that's, it just is a really large project that we made seem just so easy and fun. And I
Yep.
think that even looking back on it, that's now all I think about is the easy and the fun. So it's like you forget all the work you put into it because you're like, oh, look how simple
Yeah.
to do. It looked really
Yeah.
we did it
Exactly.
effortless. It made it look effortless.
Exactly.
Is the way that me and Laura are bouncing around. We're just like, when I'm over here, she's over there, like, because we're just working just completely like together, but like, hey, you're over here, I'm over there, let's do it like this. And it's just,
and it's a perfect piece for that spot. You know, it's like, it really, you know, in my opinion, we wanted to pull people in, or pull the vision in as you're walking by or coming in. And I think it accomplished that. I did think it did, because it's a piece that you do notice right away, but yet in some ways you don't notice it. You could just probably walk right, thinking you're going to continue to walk down the hallway there.
I feel like I almost remember people saying that.
They are going to just keep walking down the hall.
Yes.
I go, well, no, but you can try.
Yeah, you can try.
Oh, God. It was
I do have a question. How is the response been from other people in the building? Do they know what do they know, that the video has gone crazy and that their 30 seconds of fame is on you?
You know, in the beginning I told everybody, I don't know if they've all remembered that, but I thought when we were talking that I would email them and say, you might want to look at that video again, because you're really famous, not a little famous. You're really famous.
Exactly.
Exactly. And so it's just because we all forget the things that we do, and even you guys, you know, going,
well, because we go about our lives, and then you're, oh yeah, and then you're like, oh my gosh, wait, no, we did this whole thing, and
and it was like a whole wall of our showroom. It wasn't just, oh, let's just do a little square or a little rectangle, and it just fits so perfectly.